dualcrypt.mutuisia.site. So I just write some programs, and then the programs not just enough, so I will just containerize it and then deploy using kamal. I think people know about kamal, I guess. Yeah, so use kamal and then put it in a VPS, which is just $5 VPS, right? Yeah, the Contabo has this $5 VPS. So I just bought something which is small, and then yeah, it's €360. Okay, so there is a very small VPS, and then container based deployments with kamal. So kind of these kind of sites, so many sites in there. So I thought that my site is secure, or no one cares, or actually no one is trying to connect to my VPS and then try to attack or try to see like what is in there. Until one day I check something here. Okay, let me see here. So one day I just look into this auth log and then see like who are all the users in it. I could see that there are so many people: Sol, admin, manager, system server, user, Ubuntu, ARM3 server. And then if you see here, they have the user ID, and then they have port something different. It's not like 22 port. They are trying to come up with some other port, and then they are just getting in there. And then unfortunately they don't really have my credentials. Actually I'm using public key, so they have been asked to go out, right? So this is what happening. And then I thought like, what is actually going to happen if I really don't want, like, I'm sure that it is going to be hard for them to get in unless they are going to grab my private key, which I'm not planning to give to them. So I thought that, okay, if there is a way that I can able to at least monitor this stuff, that would be helpful, that would be good. And then I don't think this is a person who is doing it. It's just like a for loop, and then just iterate through all the IP address and then ports, and then it is coming across everywhere. Okay. And then I thought, okay, this is fine because it's been blocked and all the stuff. It's going to be really hard for them. What if they are trying to see my if I look into my HTTP site, for example, if you see here this particular site, and then if they want to do certain things, if they want to fetch something else, like a .env file or some admin file or some AWS credentials or whatever, what if they are trying it? I don't know, right? Yeah, probably it would have been available there in logs. So I thought like, okay fine, let me check the logs here and then see that how they are finding it. So I'm using kamal, so it is going to be there in kamal proxy, and I can see here there has been multiple attempts for .env file, and then there might be for something else. So I'm sure if you are going to have some logs, just search it for something like .env or something. Probably people would have tried. And then if you see that the message status is going to be 404, and then people don't care about 404. 404 is never a security incident at all, right? But if they are trying to access the .env file, and then if it is from some other IP address, which means that you need to care, because there are some people who are trying to get access to your server. It might not be .env, it might be with something else. It might be with like some AWS credentials. But predominantly these are all developer mistakes. This doesn't have to do anything with infrastructure team or something. If I am committing my .env file directly, if I am committing my AWS credentials file directly, so there is a possibility that they will just go there and then check, and then if possible they might get access. But for these you will not get like 403 forbidden or something. It might be either 404 because it's not found, or it might be some 200 if they found it and they are going to get it and then they are going to do it. So next time when you are going to go into your system, either it is a container or a VPS or whatever, just see that whether how many people have access, how many people have tried accessing that particular through SSH, and then how the logs look like. Not the logs for 200, not the logs which has been forbidden, because most of the cybersecurity will care only about forbidden things. They will say that, okay, fine, someone has tried to access. But it's not. There might be 404 and then it will be 200 as well. We don't know. Yeah. These are all because of bad programming. It doesn't have to do anything with cybersecurity or something. Okay. So for example, we are not blocking that guy, right? So if you see here, is that, yeah. Okay. So if you see here, this guy who is trying to access a .env file, I'm sure that this guy is not going to be like getting something. He would have done something similar like this. Okay. So he would have come here to my site. That is the site. Yeah. He would have come here to the site, and then he would have thought like, okay, fine, let me see the site, and then let me call something like, okay, I'll just put all the paths, what are all the things that be available, what are all the git config, admin, admin, whatever. Okay. And then they could have done something like this. Okay, because now Selenium has been doing better, and then MCPs has been there. So they would have done something. This is a test, so that's the reason I'm saying like, okay, it's been blocked. But if I'm going to run this particular thing, like I'm going to run like HTTP probing for almost like 30 different scenarios. Okay? So for all the 30 different scenarios, I'm going to get like 404 because I might not be that much bad programmer. I will be somewhat okay programmer. So you can see here it has made 30 successful attempts and 404 requests. There is no errors. But actually, I need to block this guy. If some guy is going to try to access my system, I need to know somewhere it is going to be blocked. There are two options. Either you need to buy some bigger products. Okay, there are multiple bigger products which you can able to put it in front of VPS, and then you are going to pay it. Or you can do something simple with an open source tool called Crowdsec. Okay, so Crowdsec is they are also having a pricing, but they predominantly has been used as a community version. Okay. So you can just install the community version, and then each and every time they will be saying like, okay, man, if they are trying to access .env, if they are trying to access this, then that guy is not a good guy. So these kind of rules, you don't want to manually write in a regex and then put in there. Rather, you can give this Crowdsec, you just install the Crowdsec and then just configure it, and then it will take care of it, doing all this stuff. Okay? So I tried installing that because their Crowdsec has an ability like how to install and all this stuff, but I felt like, okay, fine, it is somewhat hard or somewhat odd, like, okay, I need to have access APK, all this stuff. So what I did is I built a separate repo, and then I built a separate repo with separate code, so I can deploy that by just doing something like this. As it is that task Crowdsec setup. Okay, so it will connect to my system, and then it will just install things there. Okay, so it's going to be install things there, and then it will also install a Telegram notification service. So it will install like, okay, fine, because I need to know like what is actually happening. So I will get some Telegram notification for that, and then Crowdsec supports default. You don't have to do something new for it. It is a good thing, right? Yeah. Okay, let me open my Telegram here. I'll open here. So it will take some time. So I just automated that with some small shell script. I thought of doing it with Ansible. Ansible was very slow, and then it was making me impatient for each and every time. So it is doing it. So what we are doing is I am using Kamal, so I need to write my own proxy configuration, not like separate proxy. I'm just using kamal proxy, and then I'm just added some configuration which will just like give back like how things are working to Crowdsec. So Crowdsec can decide like, okay, can I able to allow this guy, or should I need to ban this guy, and all this stuff. Okay. So you can see here already it is getting things, and then you can see here these are all the scenarios which it has installed. So it will say like, is someone trying to access HTTP admin? Is someone trying to give a bad user agent? Is someone is trying to crawl non-static web pages? So these kind of each and everything has a rule. Okay, each and everything is a scenario, and then it will find each and every scenario will have a set of decisions, how the path will be, how the user agent would be, or how the headers would be kind of, and then it will try to find it. Okay. So right. Okay. So is it done? Yeah, it will take some time. And then for your information, this is Ubuntu. Okay. Okay, seems like it has sent a custom notification and all the stuff to my Telegram. You can see here it is giving some dummy things. It's not. We will just go to our server and then see how things are. Okay. So if I want to see like what are all the scenarios has been installed, I should be doing something like this, like these are all the HTTP things which has been enabled, and then it's already available. And then these are all community maintained. You don't have to do any each and every time add a new regex. This might be coming. No need. You just update the CLI hub. All the things are for you. Okay. And then what are all the parsers available? Parsers are something which will look into the log and then get these information, put it into a structured way, and then give it back to Crowdsec, so that these scenario guys can look into and then find out, okay, this is working, this is not working, and all the stuff. So I have added these stuff, whatever local is the things I have added, especially for Kamal proxy. So Docker logs, fetch it from Docker pass through. After fetching it, just give it back to the next level. Okay. And then next thing is this guy, Kamal proxy enrich. So whatever there on Kamal proxy, these are all the stuff which you need to look into, kind of that. So if you see here in Docker logs, it will not have anything. It will just say like, okay, extract the raw line, and then there is a property called time, and then there is a property called log, which has all the stuff. So this would be the first step, S00 raw, and then second step would be something with S01, which is this pass-through parser. Okay. This will just send this information to somewhere else. It will say like, if the labels are from Docker, right? So if these guys are from Docker, right? And then you just pass it to the next. You just set the value like service type has been Docker, and then set it somewhere. And then third step is the Kamal proxy enricher, which is the one I have written for Kamal proxy to get these information. And then I will say like, okay, the service type is Docker because I am setting the service type in Docker here. And the service type is Docker. On success, go to next stage. What are all the statistics which you want to get? Service HTTP, by default all are HTTP. And then log type is kind of HTTP access log. HTTP access log is a standard, global standard. Right? HTTP path, extract the path property from the line raw. Okay? So if you see like what these lines and all this stuff, it is nothing but it will look like this. So this is the thing, right? Whatever we have seen, this is the line. See here, it is a log. We have got the log. All the things are within log, and then from the log we are just getting it all, and then we are seeing stuff. So get that, set these values here and there, And then you can see that why these things are like static. It doesn't look like proper English, right? This Crowdsec guys is a French company. So I am assuming that's the reason the text and then this stuff or something like that. Static resource. I really don't know why they have kept like that, right? Yeah. Okay. So logs will come from the host, which is the containers, which is kamal proxy, which we have seen from the Docker, and then we are parsing it, and then we are enriching it, and then we are setting all the values there. We are saying like HTTP path is this one, HTTP web is this one, status is this one, all this stuff. Okay. And now we can see like what are all the decisions being made. Have you done any decisions till now? You can see here it has already started doing a decision because it's seen that there is a guy from 138, and then I have banned that guy because it looked into the log and then it will just do it. Okay. So now what we are going to do is we are going to SSH decision is inbuilt. Okay, so you don't want to see like SSH. It will just look into the parsing, and then whoever has been invalid, it will just put a ban. Whoever is going to come new, not the earlier. Okay. So now we will do one more stuff. Okay, so we will see like live metrics here. You can see here what are all the scenarios as of now. It is there. HTTP probing. Someone is trying to find SSH BF. If they are trying to say like I am going to be an user, I'm just trying to connect with you, and then you are going to do stuff. And then these are all parser metrics, and then these are all the APIs which is accessible local, which you can able to use. But now we will go for the fun part. Okay? So where is this decisions list? As of now it is this one, right? And then I am going to go to my site here. Okay, I am on the site, and then this time I'm just going to run the same thing. Okay, let me reload the page. Yeah, it's working. So I'm going to run the same stuff there. Okay. Is it running? I don't know. Yes, I got why it is not. Okay, so I'm going to run it. So you can see here 404, 404, 404, 7, 8, 9. And then meanwhile, I think I got some message from my Telegram. Let's see. And then 20, 21. And then you can see here it stopped. Why it has stopped? We will just go here and then see the decisions. You can see here someone has been banned newly just now. And then he is be banned for next the 185 stuff. This guy is going to be banned for another 3 hours, 59 and 46 seconds. And then is this the IP? So yeah, because I am using a VPN. So you can see here, this is the IP. Okay, this is ban. So what does ban means? If I'm going to just reload the page, it will not allow me to get it. So it will just stop. You can see. So that's the reason it is not even running. After 21, it just stopped. We'll just give a timeout because there is something called IP tables within our Linux boxes. It will say like, I don't care if this guy is from this IP. Once we put the decision here, it will say like, I don't care. I'll just stop that guy, send him back. So this is the proper blocking. Right? And what's the next? Okay, so we have done this one. And then let me show you my Telegram. Where is the Telegram? Here it is. So you can see here, this guy will be banned for HTTP admin interface probing, HTTP sensitive files. It's something like this rule he has violated, this rule he has violated because we have tried to connect with .env, WP admin, XXX, all this stuff. And then it will also have something like about this guy's IP. So I just need to click this URL. It will show like, okay, about this guy IP. There is no information because this is my IP and then I haven't done any hacking till now. So it's not going to say like, okay, man, is this guy done something? No, it's not. But if I am going to say like this, if I'm going to just put this like this, it will report as suspicious. So next time if someone like you, if you are going to have a site, and then if this IP is going to come, it will just say like, okay, fine, this guy is keep on blocking. I don't know. So you can see here, this guy has some reports on October 14 as well. He's aggressively tried to do something, and then he couldn't able to do. So that's what VPN is all for, right? Yeah. So yeah, and then that's it. So I would say like this end of the video, what are all the things you need to have? You need to see like how your access log is there. Next time, if you are going to see like what are all the if you are going to go into a machine, what you need to do is you just need to see like, okay, fine, do I have anything like I forgot, yeah, do I have something like invalid user? Just check that. Yeah, I will have. And then are you going to ban that? Yeah, it will ban. It will take care of banning. If someone is going to try to access with password, it will ban because it's private key. Okay, it is baked in. And then also try to inspect your log path and then see that whether your Docker image or your container log has .env or wp admin, which means that that guy is not a good guy. You need to block it. Okay, so